there's something, I don't know, Rahul, whether you had it in school, called marks for effort. And I think what you're seeing in these areas, the word used, trustworthiness, there by Yashwant, is part of that, is that if you're seen as someone whose niyat is okay, that you're trying your best, people are willing to give you the benefit of doubt. And that's what's happening. It's not as if this is a high-performing government when it comes to the economy, but there's a sense that you're making an effort. And because of that, people who may not go into the intricacies of the economy are saying, "Nahi, sarkar theek thak kar rahi hai." And I think that's a huge advantage.
But
that the
look
Modi
also at the
has.
fact that there is a Russia-Ukraine war, that energy prices are very volatile. Interest rates have so far largely been going up. Inflation has been troublesome. Despite that, the Modi government has ensured that India remains an island of economic stability, and therefore they're getting those marks for effort.
That's right. It is marks for effort. It's not marks for outstanding work, in my view.
But given the nature of the global economy, Siddharth, it's impossible for one country to be growing at 10% plus when the rest of the world is grappling with the prospects of inflation. How do you look at these numbers and the fact that between August to January, the number of people who think the Modi government's handling of the economy is good has actually gone up by about 6 percentage points?
There are two ways to look at it. Look at the Modi government's inflation control, that primarily through the instrument of not allowing petrol and diesel prices to rise for many months on end. Please understand that fine-tuning fiscal and administrative policy to ensure retail pass-through of inflation doesn't happen is happening in India. For the first time ever in its history, or in the recent history, the US came out with the Inflation Control Act, where Rahul, billions of dollars of money are being thrown into controlling inflation. The Indian government does it in its own Indian way. Previous governments have also done this with petrol and diesel prices. I think that's coming through. But one quick interesting point, if you look at on a longer 2-year basis, the handling of the economy is still not at January 2021 levels. That's one data point I want to point out. The number of people who feel that their income has gone down has actually reduced on a 2-year basis from 85 to 62%. And the third bit, opinion on unemployment situation, if you again look at it, it's very serious, which is the puzzling thing to me, because remember, last Diwali, the Modi government announced a 10 lakh 1 million job program. Some 75,000 job letters were given then. Second phase of another 71,000 job offers has been made out. And I feel here there is a big communication issue in the government's talking about that 1 million job program, because it's a very substantial program.
Okay, let's get some reactions from our guests outside the studio. We've got Subhash Chandra Garg, the former finance secretary. We've got Shankar Iyer as well. Shankar, I'll come to you first. In terms of how the government's handling the economy, more than half the respondents seem to think it's handled the economy well at a time of massive global uncertainty.
Well, there are two facts to that. One is the administrative control of the Modi government over various economic issues and the management of prices, the free food ration. So it's been responsive on some account. The other aspect is, of course, the comparative picture that India is doing better. But I want to make a point about the jobs thing that you guys were discussing. The real issue is that why you see the contradiction is because while the government seems to be making an effort, it is also seen to be not making the effort. There are some, for over the last 4 years, there have been roughly 8 lakh vacant posts in the central government and roughly over 2 million vacant posts in state governments. And the reason why Mr. Modi came out with this 75,000 every month job letter thing is to enable that communication. But in a country which is adding about 8 million people to its job force, give or take 1 million, depending on which month you take, the complete paradox of joblessness and vacant jobs is yet to be addressed politically. I mean, why would a party which is in power in roughly 15 states not fill up the posts that are vacant? I mean, the largest number of posts vacant are in health, education, and police.